Thank you so much. Moving further to the first book reading and launch of today, we have Saudamini Mishra in conversation with Kashika Khatana for her recently launched book, These Laws of Nine Archetypes. Can we please have you on podium? Please.
Hello. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We have with us today one of the most promising young artists of the country, author Saudamini Mishra, aka Dee. Thank you so much for being with us today. Not only an established writer, but also an accomplished painter, numerologist, and illustrator, Saudamini's career is steered by self belief and independence of creative expression, something that she translates so well into her creative endeavors. Hi, how are you doing? Good. Could I request you to please tell all of us a little bit about your book and what it entails?
So, these law of nine archetypes is actually based on my own original system of self help, and it's actually founded on the ancient knowledge of nine numbers of numerology. It covers the socio-economic aspects of reinvention because of the wide-scale devastation that the pandemic saw, and how, on the basis of these nine numbers, you can reinvent yourself from scratch. So, in terms of your career, in terms of your relationships, in terms of your marriage, how to like pick up the pieces and proceed, which is why it's self-help. And there are nine archetypes, so nine personalities, nine different personas that are going to guide you every year to kind of dawn that personality and deal with the journey, so to speak. And there are these nine archetypes because the angle of the persona in psychology gives you a bit of more self control.
Okay, so my next question would be for someone who we know is an extremely established painter. What was the transition like from a painter to an artist? And are there any learnings as a painter which helped you further your craft as a writer?
Yes, I mean, both the practices are very closely linked because painting and writing both actually include a form of research. It's just that painting happens to be more spontaneous, while writing requires a lot of homework to be done by the author. So, particularly in my case, because I'm a non-fiction author, so I had to interview a lot of people, I had to meet a lot of people and gauge their experiences, put them together in a comprehensive fashion that makes sense. So, I mean, if it comes to me particularly, of course, the practices have been like extremely different, but both are creative, and like my books are illustrated, right? And this is a self-help system where I could explain the impact of numbers, I think, only through storytelling and illustrations to make it more fun. Otherwise, no one's going to be inspired to like actually go through a system of numbers, even if it's nine numbers, you know? So I think illustrations and storytelling, they add vibrancy. So I would say painting in a way assists writing, but I at least use them as a tool. And but both are extremely creative. It's the intention of the artist that really matters.
Thank you for that. So my next question would be that this book is another addition to the These Transformation series. At what point in the writing process did you decide to make it into a series? Was it before the first one, or was it like when the second one came into being and you were like, oh, this fits very well together?
With the first book, you're never confident. You don't know where you're going with it. And at the point that I was in, I really wasn't. So I just came out with it. But yes, I thought like maybe if I actually think of it as a series, it could turn out to be, sort of a magnum opus with all the self-help tools included in terms of art and, nonfiction. But only after the success of my first book did I actually embark on the journey of making it a series.
So the next one would be in the introduction to the book. There is a line that calls the book an attempt to aid in rediscovering our emotional economic power. Could you elaborate on this particular term and what it means?
So, the thing is that, like I said, there was this widespread destruction owing to the pandemic. And I don't think the purpose of reading today is only entertainment because you have OTT platforms for that, you have movies for that, which are doing a great job in their own little limited OTT fashion. But like I feel that writing today can be a very profound tool to reinvent yourself, to help yourself. That's why self-help books and biographies are doing really well. So I just feel that it's to I couldn't sit around and just entertain people during the pandemic or even post it. I mean, right now they need serious help. When you don't have food on the table, you don't think about being entertained, or like what that character is doing in that book. So this was meant to aid them in a way to like actually first rebuild their life, secure their family's future, the economic future, the social future, and then move on from there to becoming fuller human beings. So yeah, it's meant to aid that process.
So the next question would be, when asked about your beginnings in a previous interview, you talked about having to, quote, build a community from scratch because the one I had known my entire life, I had always been at odds with, unquote. How important is the idea of community to a writer, and how does it translate into their work?
Extremely important, because with changing times, it's all become about the community. As an author, as an artist, even as a filmmaker, as any of these creative individuals, you need to have a certain audience. You need to have a certain community, not just a community, but a group of people who resonate with your beliefs. From there on, you can like take it forward, because like it's not, just because you have social media, it doesn't mean that you have immediate access to the whole world. There's a way to go about it. That's why you have content strategists. So to build a community from a scratch, which is why I always say, when you want to be an author, don't just start with your first book. Have a community and a group ready to first look forward to what you have to produce. First like test the waters. Are your beliefs actually are they appealing to an audience? Do you have an audience? Once you do, through any which means, I mean, even if you don't have a profession that you're like actually involved with, but you could be a very social person who has managed to somehow have a community or meetups based on philosophy. I'm giving you an example. But once you have that, then you come out with the book. Then you come out with and try and like, make it reach a wider audience, because there's going to be cross promotion as well. So an audience is extremely important. First build an audience and then publish a book. That's my advice.
So for my last question of the evening, are there any upcoming projects that we should keep up with, look out for?
Yeah, so like now I'll be like, because the book has had a tremendous opening and be so warmly welcomed. And this was being taught through a book, the system. So now I'm going to be like, actually, I have been giving physical workshops and online workshops, but I've just partnered with a company for online coaching as well. So where I will be teaching this. It's going to be soon out on my Instagram for people to see. And yeah, so basically just teaching the self-help system there to everybody I know,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Thank you so much for this, and thank you for making time for us. Thank you for talking about the book. I want to thank the audience as well for being so wonderful. I want to tell you that you can purchase Saudamini's books. This one, The Law of Nine Archetypes, as well as the previous ones from the Ukiyoto bookshop online. You can look out for all of the exciting things coming from her social media handle on Instagram, which is
Saudamini underscore thi.
okay. I want to thank all of you again. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for your
thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ukiyoto. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.